Okay, we finally come to the head of Eternal, the boss. All of the villains in this season. And he is Boss. That's his name, just Boss. But that doesn't mean anything. He is own kind of villain, and he'll do anything to get anything that he wants that will lead him to the Cure Rose Garden and the Garden of the Rose Garden Flora. So let's get started. Boss is the leader of Eternal and also the main antagonist of Percure 5, Gogo. He was intending to gain eternal life by finding the keys to the Cure Rose Garden and take over the world, adding everything of value to his collection. He almost always thinking about Flora, much to Anaconda's displeasure. Boss comes from the 5th season of Percure, Percure 5, Gogo. He made his debut in episode 11 of the season and comes from Eternal. His role is that of the main antagonist and the leader of Eternal. He has the power to make Hiroshinas and copy his opponent's attacks with the use of shadows. He is voiced by Shigeru Chiba. He is a tall man wearing a maroon cloak over black robes and wears a silver helm on his head, with long dark blonde hair. In his final form, he no longer wears his robes, cloak, and helm. He grows 2 pairs of wings, 1 gray pair and 1 purple pair. He has a Hiroshina-like ball on his chest, and his arms and legs look like Trent in his appearance. His hair is also shorter. At first, he fell in love with Flora, but was later banished by Flora and told to never return. This caused him to become power-hungry and evil out of spite. He is generally very ruthless and selfish, and will do anything to achieve his goal of controlling the whole world, through robbing other kingdoms and even killing his employees if they are unable to meet his demands or provoke him. In the past, he once got into the Cure Rose Garden where he met Flora and fell in love with her. But then, when she sealed the gates and entrance, and hid the garden where no one and Eternal would ever find it, they stopped communicating. This is likely due to Flora sensing his dangerously growing obsession, wanting the garden in her. He wishes his employees to get it from the Percures. He is mostly sitting in his office and demanding the Rose Pact. In episode 43, he decided to see Flora's chosen one for himself and appeared in front of Nozomi and Coco. Nozomi transformed into Cure Dream and tried to fight him, but was easily overpowered, and he even erased the whole school building in the process, while telling her things with no value should disappear. Soon after, other Percures and Milky Rose appear, and he throws 5 Hiroshina balls at them, which fuse into the Cure's shadows. Percures defeat them, and he tries to attack them, but Anaconda comes and they both teleport back to Eternal HQ. He appears again in episode 46, in which he kills Macardia and confronts Anaconda about the letter addressed to him by Flora, as Anaconda tells him that she always worked it hard for him and how it was never enough. He tells her to put Percures into his collection. Anaconda risks her life in doing this, but succeeds in turning all 5 Percures into stone statues. He then stands up and prepares to take off with the Cure Rose Garden, but Anaconda tries to stop him. Seeing she is weakened and he mercifully kills her off and flies off. In episode 47, he arrives at Flora's location and starts destroying the place. Soon, Percure, revived by Syrup, arrive and confront him. He says they have some amazing powers, and that it seems he will need to reveal his true strength. He then transforms into his final form and obliterates both Percure Rose Garden and the world, while saying that the world and whole and everything in it is now his. His final appearance is in episode 48, where the Cures continue fighting him, but he proves too strong. He almost kills Flora, but suddenly lots of letters addressed to Percure and Milky Rose come out from Malpo. He meets his demise when he is distracted by Anaconda while the Cure's final attack hits him. He can create Hiroshinas out of the Cure's shadows, which he can copy their signature attacks. Fact 1, his true name is never revealed, and he was always called Kencho in the anime, but this is translated as the curator or the director in some English fan translations. Fact 6, he sits on a levitating mechanical drone for most of the series, though he can walk on his own and even fly without it. Fact 3, he is the first main villain that is in love with a good character. This is succeeded by Queen Mirage in Happiness Charge Percure. And that was Boss. I hope you liked it, and so that leaves 2 more informations and 1 analysis on Yes 5 and Gogo, and once those are done, I'll be moving on to Fresh Percure. So join me next time when we talk about the Percure allies, starting with Flora and Malpo. Bye bye.